All right, everyone. So moving on to our next show, we are doing an episode from Mr. and Mrs. Blandings. Now, you may be more familiar with Mr. and Mrs. Blandings starring Cary Grant and Betsy Drake. This episode that we're doing is titled The First Anniversary of Moving In, and actually has a different cast. This part of the run of Mr. and Mrs. Blandings actually had Robert Cummings and Jane Wyatt playing the Jim and Muriel Blandings part. And that was after Cary Grant was rumored to have released his contract from doing the show. And so you're going to be hearing our rendition of The First Anniversary of Moving In. And here we go.
Presenting Robert Cummings and Jane Wyatt as Mr. and Mrs. Blandings. Mr. and Mrs. Blandings, a comedy series based on Eric Hodgins' best-selling novels, Mr. Blandings Built His Dream House and Blandings Way, starring Robert Cummings and Jane Wyatt with Larry Keaton as Bill Cole. Tonight, Jim and Muriel Blandings are going to have an anniversary dinner. For it was exactly 1 year ago, this very evening, that the Blandings first moved into their dream house in Lansdale, Connecticut. The dining room is a scene of elaborate preparation. The monographed silver gleams against the soft satin damask cloth. The crystal goblets reflect Muriel's warm smile as she surveys the table. There is an aromatic hint of rich, fine food drifting from the kitchen. And then suddenly,
Maud, what happened?
I think I dropped the mashed potatoes.
Oh, don't tell me they were in my good china bowl.
Okay, but don't be surprised if you find some spoons in your spuds.
Well, I suppose it couldn't be helped.
Nope. No, it couldn't. Shall I light the candles, Miss Blandings?
No. We'll wait until Mr. Blandings arrives with Mr. Cole.
Land sakes. I just can't get over that tablecloth. Pink satin. Seems a terrible waste.
Waste?
You ought to cut armholes in it and wear it. Too sexy to spill gravy on.
Don't get carried away, Maud.
We certainly are making a terrible fuss, what with just Mr. Cole coming over.
This is a very special occasion, Maud. It was just a year ago today that we moved into this house.
Well, people don't make them much how-to-do.
This house means a lot to us, Maud. We planned and planned for it. Every detail represents hours of loving care.
Oh, that reminds me. The sink is stopped up.
The same thing might happen to you.
What?
Maud, I was just explaining how important this dinner is tonight.
Oh.
It represents a victory, but it didn't start out to be one.
How do you mean?
Oh, I remember it all very vividly. The day we moved here, we started out about 5 p.m. We closed the door of our New York apartment for the last time. We were a little nervous, not too sure of ourselves, but we piled Joan and Susan into the car, picked up Bill Cole, and started out. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Home. I never realized the beauty of that word until today. There's a big, new, beautiful house just a few minutes away. But until we get there, it's just a house, not a home. Because we're bringing something with us. Something that's in this car right now.
For instance?
Love. The love I have for you, Muriel, and for the kids. And Bill, my affection, my deep, lifelong affection for you.
I'm hungry.
Yep. That's what makes a home, Muriel. The feeling that's in this car right now. And do you know what happens if you remember such moments
Oh, a cheeseburger would be really nice.
Boy!
Susan, this is a very memorable occasion. When you're a very old lady,
With lots of onions and ketchup.
Joan, when you and Susan are very old ladies.
And relish. I like plenty of relish.
That's my girl. I'm sorry, Jim. What were you saying?
Just forget it.
No. What was it?
If you remember such moments as this, it will make you a very happy old lady.
I think my analyst has other plans.
What's an analyst?
Oh, it's a man with a couch who explains to you that all your troubles are because you hate your mother.
But what if you're an orphan?
Well, then he blames the Democrats.
You can scoff, but I know the value of analysis. Look at Harry Roberts. Before he hit the couch, he was a nervous wreck and weighed 110 pounds. Now he weighs 190.
What did he do, eat the analyst?
Oh, that's funny. Did he eat the analyst? Oh, that's funny.
Jim, should it take this long to get there? I thought we'd be able to see our land by now.
Oh, we will. Just as soon as we get around this bend. We'll see our house, our new house, just as we round this curve.
Jim, don't you think we better check the road map?
What road map?
You mean you haven't got a road map?
Look, my darling, I was a navigation instructor during the last war. Just put your faith in me. You're in good hands. If you don't believe me, oh, there's the North Star. Now, are you satisfied?
All right, we know where the North Star is, but where are we?
Somewhere underneath it.
Somewhere underneath it. Susan made it funny.
Yes, I'll remind her of it next Christmas with an empty stocking. Oh, there it is. There it is. Now, with no help from any of you, I brought us to our new home.
I don't see it.
Well, you will, just as we round this curve.
Now I don't even see the North Star.
That's very good, Muriel.
Bill, would you kindly keep out of this?
Miss Larson says it's bad form to undermine somebody's faith in something. Miss Larson says live and let live.
Susan, just for future reference, Miss Larson and all of her sayings bore the living Binderschlag out of me.
Binderschlag.
Binderschlag!
That's funny, Binderschlag.
Yeah, stick with me, Joan. We'll laugh every part of the way.
I know.
You know what?
We're going in circles. People who are lost go in circles.
People who are on foot and who are lost in the forest sometimes go in circles. We are in a car.
What happens to people in cars?
They run out of gas. When they get out to go for more, they get lost and walk in circles.
Bill, what does your analyst charge for women?
He doesn't provide any. I have to furnish my own. Hey, I'm beginning to freeze back here. Suppose I open this bottle of brandy and take just a little sip.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Now, my father-in-law gave me that brandy the day Muriel and I were married.
Just a sip?
No!
Oh, what's the matter? If you give Muriel back, do you have to return the bottle?
Now, listen. He asked me to keep it until we were seated in front of our fireplace in our home. Not one single drop until then.
All right, but slow down if we pass a St. Bernard.
Oh, now come on, we're almost there. Let's enjoy the trip. Everybody sing. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Home.
I'm beginning to believe there's no place like home.
Oh, That's right. Stick up for Bill. But you're going to feel mighty foolish in a minute. There's something very familiar about this stretch of road here.
I know. It's that white line running down the middle. Let me see. Haven't I seen that someplace before?
Oh, you're just so very, very witty. But you just wait. I'm sure this time, just as soon as we round this curve, you'll see our home.
That's your house? My, what an attractive style. What is it? Early Standard Oil?
Now, Bill, I don't think
Miss
that...
Larson says if we're lost, we can always find north by looking at a tree. Moss grows on the north side of the tree.
Yeah, well, it also grows on Miss Larson. Anyway, I'm not lost. I never get lost.
You're always getting lost.
Muriel, I challenge that statement. I challenge your statement.
Well, what about that time you walked over to your grandmother's and the police had to take you home?
Well, I was just a mere child, so that doesn't count.
And the time you got lost on the circus grounds?
Well, that wasn't...
What about that college picnic where they had to send out a search party for you and that girl?
Muriel, believe me, that time I was not lost. Now, let's stop all this. This is a happy occasion. In a few minutes, we'll be in our new home with a beautiful fire burning and a dog lying at our feet.
What dog?
Oh, gee, I meant that to be a surprise. You see, the real estate man is waiting for us with a good farm dog, a dog to take care of us, to keep strangers away.
I hope it's a St. Bernard. A loaded St. Bernard.
Hey, look! Look, look, look! Over the crest of the hill. You see the lights? The lights of our house. I couldn't navigate, could I? I needed road maps, did I? Well, take a good look, Cole. What do you see? Tell me, what do you see?
Schrunk's Motel. Vacancy.
Jim, don't step on the gas like that.
I'm in hock for the next 30 years for a place I can't even find.
Jim, the road is slippery. Stop, please. Oh, you're driving me out of my mind. Please stop and ask somebody.
Oh, all right, we'll stop. Let's see how that works.
Evening, ma'am.
Jim, let me handle this. I know these Connecticut people.
Bill, you'll handle a thick ear if you don't keep out of it.
How many cabins do you want?
Cabins? Oh, no, thank you. I was just wondering if you could give me some information.
Well, sir, I'd be glad to.
I'm looking for the old Crackett property.
Who are you?
Blandings is my name. We could,
This Ms. Blandings?
Yes, I am.
These your daughters?
Yes, they are.
Who's the other fella?
Oh, that's Mr. Cole. He's a lawyer.
Thought so. He's one of them sneaky, neat fellas.
Oh, you're so right.
Oh, I know the type. You can't trust him. Probably goes around wearing two-part underwear.
Look, please, I just wonder if you could give me some information.
Well, sure, I'd be glad to.
Fine. I'm looking for the old Crackett property.
I thought you said your name was Blandings.
Well, it is. I happen to own the old Crackett property. I bought it, you see.
Likely story. How'd you buy it if you can't find it? Don't try to goose grease me.
Look, please, all I want is some information.
Tell you what, getting pretty dark for folks to go terry hooting through the back roads here. How'd you like to rent a cabin for the night?
No, thank you.
Well, care to stop over for dinner?
No.
How'd you like to buy a nice hooked rug?
No, I don't think so.
Souvenir postcard?
No.
Care to swap knives?
Look, please, please.
I tell you what, give me a nickel and I'll give you a key to the restroom.
Look, I'm just trying to find the old Crackit place. All I want to know is, where is the old Crackit place?
Oh, you're looking for the old Crackit place. Well, why didn't you say so?
At last. Well, where is it?
Danged if I know.
Thanks very much for the information.
Oh, anytime. That's what we're here for. Well, so long. Don't forget the name, Shrunks.
Oh, I won't. And good luck to you. And next time you hook a rug, I hope you get caught in it.
Oh, I feel like I've been sitting in this car since I was a little boy.
Well, you're not chained to the seat, you know. I'm getting pretty tired of all this criticism. Nobody cooperates. I've sacrificed for our new home. I've gone without a lot of things. I've wanted a new pipe rack and didn't buy it just to save money. I wanted a Tyrolean hat with a brush in it. And did I buy that? No. I wanted a convoy coat. Did I buy that? No. And is anybody grateful? No.
Oh, the thought of a full-grown man having to do without a Tyrolean hat with a brush in it is just too overwhelming for me. Muriel, I'm going to get out of here and stake myself some of that Shrunk's hospitality. You'll excuse me, won't you?
Gladly.
Oh, Jim. Jim, how could you? To Bill, of all people.
Well, I know you stick up for his side. Maybe you're sorry you didn't stay his girlfriend instead of marrying me. Go on, why don't you say it?
I'm not going to say one darn thing. I'm tired of talking, and I'm tired of singing There's No Place Like Home. I'm going to spend the night here at Shrunks, too, with the children. They're beginning to shiver.
Well, so am I.
Then aren't you going to come with us?
No. No, I have a house somewhere out here. Yes, I have a big, empty, old house. I'll find it somehow, and I'll be all right. Go with your mother, children. Don't worry about me. Well, go ahead, Muriel. Here, let me open the door for you.
Susan, you go with Mama. Somebody's got to stay with Dad.
Well, all right.
Jim?
Well, what are you waiting for? Go on. It's all right.
As you wish. Come on, Susan.
Well, Joni, it's you and me. Ha, just like King Lear. That's what it's like.
Daddy.
Oh, now. Don't look like that. We'll have a fine time. We'll be in our new house in a few minutes. I bet it's just around the curve. You'll see, it'll be great. Come on, Joni, sing with me. Come on. Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
You are listening to a new series starred Robert Cummings and Jane Wyatt as Mr. and Mrs. Blandings. And now for the second act of our play. While preparing to celebrate the first anniversary of the Dream House, Muriel Blandings is telling Maud of the day 1 year ago when they left the city to drive to their new home in Connecticut. So far in her story, the travelers have lost their way, their tempers, and Jim has lost most of his party. Muriel, daughter Susan, and their friend Bill Cole have taken refuge in a motel. But Jim and daughter Joan, tight-lipped and grim, are still searching. But wait, they're both tight-lipped, and yet a voice is heard. It says,
Jim Blandings, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Huh? Who is that?
You're stubborn and thoughtless. You knew you lost your way. You knew your little family was tired and exhausted, but did you stay with them? Help them? No. You were peg-headed. You pushed on, doing what you wanted to do.
It's not that way at all. Now leave me alone.
You always hurt the one you...
Oh, shut up. Now go on, beat it, you little imp. Don't think I can find the house, huh? Well, I think I can. I got a right to an opinion.
You have not. You're married.
Oh, that's very funny. Now, run along, will you?
Daddy!
Now beat it, you little imp. I told you...
Daddy!
Oh, Joni, I forgot you were here.
Daddy, have you flipped your lid?
No, I was only thinking.
Poor mother.
Oh, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I should have given in to her. I should have stayed at that motel. That I'm unreasonable, stubborn, selfish. Joan, that's a nasty thing to say.
But I didn't say anything.
Well, that's no excuse. Well, maybe you're right anyway.
You're not selfish, Daddy.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm selfish, inconsiderate.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yes, you are what?
Well, we were arguing about whether or not I was selfish, inconsiderate, and thoughtless.
Which side was I on?
Which side? Why, you were on... Joni, look!
Where?
Straight ahead. I recognize that curve. Ha! Ha ha ha! And they said I couldn't find the house, eh? Well, we showed them. Hey, I recognize that signboard, too.
Which one?
Well, right there, see? It says, when you get around this bend, you will find your journey's end. Oh, fine. Schrunk's Motel.
We're sure showing them. Hey, there's Mother. Mother, Susan, and Uncle Bill.
Yeah, I see him.
There you are.
Oh, what's the trouble, Muriel? What are you doing out here? Didn't Mr. Shrunks have a vacancy?
In his head, he had a vacancy.
In both heads. It's a duplex.
Know where our house is, Jim? Just 2 miles straight back on this road.
Yep, that's where it is.
And you mean you knew it all the time?
Yep.
Well, for gosh sakes, why didn't you tell me when I asked you the first time?
You shouted at me.
Well, yeah, I know, but...
Well, I'm old. It ain't polite to shout at somebody that's old.
But great Scott, man!
You're shouting again.
What?
You should apologize.
Apologize? Oh, all right, I apologize.
Oh, that's all right. No apology necessary.
Oh, come on, everyone. Well, our new home at last. Oh, that darn old fool letting us run all over looking for... Hold it. Just a second. I'll carry the brandy if you don't mind.
Jim, please take mighty good care of it.
Oh, I'm so glad we're here. I'm freezing.
We can't wait to get in.
Well, I've got the key right here. Well, in we go. Hey, look out! It's a wolf! Well, that's certainly interesting. What do you do when you've got a wolf in your house?
It's not a wolf. It's that little surprise you cooked up with the agent. A good farm dog. A watchdog to take good care of us. To keep strangers away.
Well, he seems to be a very good watchdog, doesn't he? really on his toes. How do you suppose we go about convincing him we're not strangers?
I'll handle it. Step aside, Jim. Down, cur!
Bill, you did it. Hey, you want to buy a dog?
I just want a drink.
Hold it now. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I've been looking forward for a long time to carrying my wife over the threshold.
Uh-oh, I don't want to be carried over the threshold.
I've had about all I can take in one day. It's a time-hallowed and beautiful custom with millions of tender associations. And I'm going to carry you over that threshold if I have to fracture you in the process.
Put me down. I don't want to be carried over the threshold.
Oh, that's too darn bad about you. I'm going to carry you. Hey, stop kicking. Hey, look out. Look out for the brandy. Oh.
Jim, put her down and carry me over.
My brandy. A bottle of brandy.
Look! Look! It's not wasted. Rover likes it.
Oh, let's just go inside now. Well, let's not talk about it.
Hey, where's the light switch?
Somewhere on the wall.
Oh boy, isn't that clever? So much better than having it on the ceiling, like most people. Which wall?
Somewhere on that wall.
Oh.
That's better.
Oh, please, someone light the fire.
Got a match? Bill, give me a match.
Oh, let me see. I couldn't have used up my last match, could I? Yes, I could.
Well, maybe it's just as well. I'm in the mood to set fire to the place anyway.
Jim, you wouldn't.
Well, why not? What's the use of kidding ourselves? The house is jinxed. Even the land is jinxed. When we were digging for a well, we had to go down 300 feet before we found water. And when we were just excavating for a foundation and didn't want water, we struck it at 12 feet. I haven't drawn a happy breath since we first saw the property. This isn't our home, it's just a house. It hasn't been fun building, it hasn't been fun moving in, and I'm afraid it's not going to be fun living in it. Muriel, let's just chuck it.
Chuck it? Our own house?
Yeah, I'll find some chump to load it on.
Oh, Jim.
No, I mean it. I mean it. This house doesn't like us. Oh gosh, we had such a nice, warm, wonderful feeling in the car way back there. And soon as we got within 10 miles, it vanished. Bluey. Like that. Well, without that feeling, this place means less than nothing to me. Let's chuck it. Let's chuck it and go back to the city.
If that's the way you want it, Jim.
That's the way I want it. We'll go back in the morning. We'll find a hotel and... Oh, what are these?
What or what?
Well, these boxes over here. Stivers, Fifth Avenue. That's a hat shop. Have you bought a new hat?
Open it and see.
Muriel, look, we're in debt. So, did you have to... It's a man's hat. Hey, it's a real Tyrolean.
With a brush in it.
For me?
Sure, for you. Susan and Joan saved their allowances for the last 3 months.
Oh.
They wanted you to wear it while striding over your acreage.
Oh.
Don't you like it, Father?
Like it? Oh, sure I like it. I love it.
And if you're not in too big a hurry to leave, you might look in that brown box.
Huh? Oh, gee.
I didn't buy it at the store either. Rod Fairchild gave it to me in exchange for my gold compact that his wife wanted. Jim, that coat was at Narvik with the British fleet.
Oh, boy, a convoy coat. Muriel, you're the best friend a boy ever had. Well, thanks. Gee, what a wonderful coat. Nice big Hey, look. Look what's in the pocket. Matches. Real matches.
Light the fire, Daddy. Light the fire.
I'll do it.
Just a moment, Bill. I'll do it.
Light your fire, Jim.
Hey, look, it's taking hold. Come on, everyone, gather round.
Me too.
You? Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Thanks.
Gee, it's our fire, our own fire. Just think, it belongs to us.
There's something else that belongs to us. That last package, it's from me.
From you? Huh? Oh, gee, Bill, you shouldn't have, really.
I know, but I didn't then.
Hey, a pipe rack and a tobacco humidor. Well, Bill, I've never seen one like this.
If you have, I've been cheated. That one belonged to President Fillmore.
No.
Lift the lid on the humidor, won't you? Go ahead.
Be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
President Fillmore's favorite song.
Golly. Home. That's pretty. Home. Have you ever realized the beauty of that word? I didn't till today. I'll tell you something. You know, a house, it's just a house. And it's not really a home until it's filled with a certain kind of feeling. The kind that's in this room right now. Rover! Get away from that brandy.
Well, Ms. Blandings, that's quite a story. Yeah, I can see why this dinner is an occasion.
Yes, Maud. All that happened just a year ago today.
Yeah. Oh, it's getting late. If we don't eat that lamb pretty soon, it's going to bah its way out of the oven.
I know. Oh dear, I don't know why those men can't ever be on time. We work, knock ourselves out to get everything just right, and where are they?
Oh, men. My sentiments exactly, ma'am. As far as I'm concerned, they can pick every single man in the world and...
And what?
Oh, nothing. I just remembered I got a date Saturday night.
Hello?
Hello, darling.
I'm afraid Bill and I we won't be able to be there on time.
You're already not here on time. What happened? The car breakdown?
No. The car's running fine, dear.
Well, then what?
Muriel, I seem to have, well, you see, Bill didn't know the turn either, and, well, the fact of the matter is we're...
Is, lost the word you're groping for?
Yes.
But where are you now?
Oh, Bill and I'll be right home, dear.
Where are you now?
Schrunk's Motel.
Tune in next week, same time, same station for Mr. and Mrs. Blandings, starring Robert Cummings and Jane Wyatt with Larry Keaton as Bill Cole. Featured in tonight's cast is Olivia Allman, Cliff Aberkett, Patty King, Ann Whitefield, and Clarence Strait. Paul Lamont speaking. Tonight's show was written by James Stewart and Mort Luckman, produced and directed by Warren Lewis. And now for tonight's cast. Maud, the housekeeper, was played by Nell Brennan. Susan Blandings was played by Sue Jasinski. Joan Blandings was played by Amy Neves. Mr. Shrunks, the crotchety motel owner, was played by the crotchety Herb Thompson. Rover, the dog, was played by our own dog, Jacob Polka. I just read that. Muriel Blandings was played by Ellie Baca. Jim Blandings was played by Jay Sutherfield. And lastly, I'm Tom Wilkins, your announcer.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming out. We hope you enjoyed the shows tonight. Before you leave, we just have a few special thanks to say. A big round of applause over here to John Gesselmino and Lorenzo Cordoba. Yeah, without them, we couldn't do these shows. John does our soundboard. Lorenzo does he's our videographer. Also, if you are on Facebook and Twitter, you can follow us. I believe Amy Nieves, right? You do yep, she's in charge of our social media, so a round of applause for her. If you're on Twitter, you can follow us at Radio Players, and then Facebook, and for our YouTube, which we also have, you can look at our past shows on our YouTube. That's at Riverside Township Radio Players, and that's also managed by Andre Dixon, where is he? Who played our Tarzan tonight. And then also, big round of applause for the man over here on the left, Marty McNulty. He is our sound effects artist, Foley artist. He puts in so much time and effort for these shows, brings in the music. They would be next to impossible to do without him. Okay, and then lastly, information on our remaining shows will be over there on the left on our makeshift table that we have. Also, big shout out and thank you to Riverside Township Supervisor Vera Wilt and the board for giving us this opportunity to bring old time radio to the stage of the town hall. And then lastly, I would like to invite up the director for next month to talk about their shows, and I believe that is Sue Gaczynski.
Next month, after St. Patrick's Day and before Easter, we'll see you again on March 27th. The shows will be first a Western, Gunsmoke, Dodge City Killer, and the second one will be David Harding Counter Spy, Washington Woman Spy. So please join us again next month, March 27th, same time, same place. Thank you.
And then in case it wasn't mentioned, a round of applause for Marty McNulty in that last show, who played Bill Cole as well, for those of you that haven't known. And then thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Hopefully we'll see you next month. Oh, wait, we have one more announcement.
Come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow afternoon and Sunday afternoon, and this guy will tell you all about it. Speak.
Oh, boy. You might be wondering what all this is right behind me on the stage. I'm also part of a children's theater group called the Riverside Children's Theater Guild. We do shows for children that will be here in Town Hall. And our last weekend of this show that we're doing is tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday, 3 o'clock, right? Yeah, what's the show, John? The show is called The Princess Who Wouldn't Smile. That is our princess over there who never smiles. No, that's a joke. But he's in the show, I'm in the show, Jacob and I. It's a lot of fun, so bring the family. If you have little kids with you, it's perfect for them. It's a lot of fun. I believe it's $5 at the door. $5 at the door. So if you have nothing to do tomorrow afternoon or Sunday afternoon, that's our last weekend, and it's a lot of fun. It's cute. So thank you, everyone, and have a good night.